Hey everybody, Earl Flamata here again with the Cryptopolitan, and today's guest is Stu. Stu, how you doing today?
I'm good, Daryl. How are you?
Fantastic. This is my second meeting with a gentleman from Scotland, so this is really cool. I'm very
Yeah.
pleased. This is it just feels I'm getting a touch of the world. So there we go. So why don't we just jump right in? Tell us about your project.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, thanks for having us here on the podcast, Earl. Really
Absolutely.
pleased and excited to be here and to spread the word about Flex Perpetuals, which is the project that I represent here today. So, Flex Perpetuals, as the name perhaps suggests, is a perpetuals exchange. We are going to be launching on the base chain,
Okay.
and the ETA for launch is going to be the very beginning of January. So essentially, in a nutshell, we're a project that allows traders to access leverage, to speculate on the crypto, foreign exchange, commodities markets in a completely decentralized environment without KYC. And so it services those traders, those speculators, and also there's an element for those that are maybe more interested in passive income by investing in the protocol itself and providing liquidity to service those traders. And that's
Yes.
ultimately what we're going to be doing.
I wish you guys were around when I started trading. I would have had a hedge in that in that investment structure. So because like any good trader, I lost my three first accounts and then I just blew them to zero. And then
Happens all the time.
on the fourth one, I became a millionaire. So I'm like, oh, cool. I mean, that was hard earned, but I wish I had that hedge that you just mentioned because that way, I wouldn't be blown to zero every single time.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there you go. So what excites you about the platform? I mean, like there's a lot of other trading platforms, but there was a couple things you mentioned, like, there's no KYC, there's no this, there's no that. You got the ability to do forex between forex and crypto as well. That's really cool. Like I mean, that was a lot of cool stuff. Which one excites you the most?
Yeah, I mean, I think the having the ability to trade perpetual futures contracts in a decentralized environment is something that should be really exciting for anyone that wants to trade with leverage. Um, it's an alternative to using a centralized exchange, and it
So
means that
So that being said, I'm curious. What does it mean to you? Like the difference between because I'll give you some stories, but like the difference between a centralized and a decentralized place for trading. What does that mean to you?
it gives me peace of mind.
Mhm.
That I'm in full control of my assets and
Yes.
they're not in custody of anyone else.
Mm.
And we've all seen and probably experienced the stories where you're working on a centralized exchange and the rules change somewhere, and then
Yes.
there's regional conflicts, and you
Hmm.
find it can sometimes be difficult to get your money out.
Yep.
And so by doing it on a decentralized exchange, you avoid all of those complexities and you retain full control of your assets.
Absolutely. So my horror story is when I was really deep into trading, we would find that some centralized exchanges would be playing a little, shenanigans, right? Their hand was caught in the cookie jar. So I'll,
Yeah.
I'll tell you how I got banned once. And so what happened was I knew that the guys on the night shift were just holding the button down on the price, right? And so I knew they were holding the button down on the price, and I saw they were essentially stop loss hunting. And so I watched them eat all the stop losses and then let go of the button and the price would shoot back up again. I'm like, oh, that's naughty. And so I would watch this on a regular basis. And so what I did was I put a buy order at the bottom of that big push, right? And so the buy, I mean, there's no one in the right mind would put a buy order down there. The number hit because they held the button for too long and it shot right back up. My account went boom, an extra $1 million in like 12 minutes. And then my phone rang and I'm like, I caught you, didn't I? Right. And so this is why I'm really enjoying this idea of a decentralized structure because there's less shenanigans you can pull when everything is just out there in the open. You know what I mean? Like so I
Yeah.
appreciate you don't understand. I appreciate what you're building by a lot, probably more than most people would.
Absolutely. I mean, it's everything is on chain. So, if you want to contest a particular price feed that you feel you've received, you can do
Yeah.
that because, all the evidence is there on chain. We're big believers in transparency. I mean, our CEO is a trader
Excellent.
at his heart. And so this is a platform built for traders by traders.
Mm,
Um, and so we'll be doing everything in our power to make sure that this platform is accessible for people who are perhaps newer to trading and maybe just
mhm.
dipping their toes in for the beginning. So we're going to be releasing a demo trading facility to allow people to practice without using
Nice.
real funds, but also have the features that more experienced traders are going to be looking for, whether it's advanced order types, trailing stops,
Hmm.
one cancels the other. These types of orders, which typically you might see on some centralized exchanges, but in our experience, these types of features just haven't made their way into the decentralized perp deck
Because
space.
as
So
a centralized trader, I'm so used to trailing stops, right? I'm like, wait, that's a new thing here? No, man, that
yeah,
the
yeah,
fact that
there's
you're bringing
there's
that in makes me be able to sleep, literally sleep at night. Because if I don't have a trailing stop, I'm not going to bed, right? So,
yeah, exactly. You're up
you
all
know,
night babysitting your
I'm not gonna be able to
position.
sleep sitting there
Yeah.
babysitting. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, trader to trader, you get it. So that's fantastic. So that's definitely something to be excited about. So
Yeah.
you're leveling up the playing field of the decentralized exchanges, which is a good thing.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that I'm really excited about is we're we're going to be having an emphasis on servicing people who are interested in automation. So whether that's applying their own algorithms on
Mhm.
our decentralized exchange, we will have open source APIs that people can
Oh
use
wow.
to so that they can use their own algorithmic trading bots, or whether it's grid bots and DCA bots. And again, these are tools that we see in centralized exchanges, but that haven't yet made their way onto decentralized exchanges. And
Fantastic.
we want to lead the way with that. And copy trading as well. So we will be having trading vaults where you can view the performance of the
Yeah.
most successful traders on the platform. And you can simply, if you're not a trader yourself, but you want to make those returns, then you
Yeah.
can just deposit into the
Emulate their
vault.
trade. That makes sense. So
Yeah.
that's fantastic. So these are all really, really I'm I'm not surprised that these are the exciting things for you because now they're exciting things for me. And up until now, I haven't opened an account yet, but you have my interest, so that's really cool. So
Great.
absolutely, that's those are all fantastic things to be excited about. So that's a lot of excitement when you're not, changing the decentralized exchange trading world. What do you do for fun? Like just as a human being, what do you do when you're not trading in front of the computer?
Well, as you picked up on when we first started the call, I'm based in Scotland, so I quite enjoy the outdoors here. We've got lots of great hill walking in the area, so I enjoy doing that. I like taking the dog out with me, and I'm an avid fitness fan, and you'll find me in the gym most days. So that's kind of my main hobby or pastime, if you like, other
Nice.
than looking at the markets when I'm not working.
Well, every single person I've talked to now from your neck of the woods has been like, I don't know, just overall more physically fit than like the average American I talk to, right? So
Yeah.
they're a little more sedentary, right? So I mean, just people want to go outside, they want to go for a swim, they want to go for a bike ride, you can take the dog for a walk. Those are all very healthy things that people need to do. So I'm glad that that's happening at least in your neck of the woods. So
Yeah, I mean, I find that kind of the fresh air, the exercise, eating well, it all builds towards being more successful in what you do and having a better mindset about approaching, even as a trader, if you're physically fit and your mindset is good, then you're putting the odds in your favor.
100%. Have you seen that whole study that Einstein got most of his best ideas by going on a walk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Fantastic.
surprise me.
Did you see the actual brain scans? They actually scan people who are just sitting down working versus people just going for a walk. And like the number of like, just the amount of blood going through the brain like increases by like 30 something percent. I'm like, holy cow. So yeah,
Yeah,
I've been doing quote unquote idea walks for the past, it's been, oh my God, 10 years now. I know I feel old.
nice.
But yeah, definitely. It's a good way to that whole breath of fresh air and getting your blood flowing makes a whole lot of difference, right? So fantastic. Good on you for doing that. Um,
Yeah.
oh man, it's already the third question. I'm sad. We're almost done. Uh, what are you working on that people should be connecting you guys connecting with you guys for? So obviously you've got all these great things coming down the pipe and you've got already the base solution. Is there something is there a reason why people should connect with you now today? And when they do connect with you, where do you want them to find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're most active in Telegram,
Okay.
but you're probably best to just go to our site,
Okay.
flex.trade. Very easy to remember, flex.trade.
Hmm.
And from there you'll get links to our socials. So we are on X, it's just x.com// flex perpetuals. And then Telegram, as I say. And in terms of, for anyone that's watching this at the moment, in terms of things to be looking forward to, as I mentioned, we will be launching the platform live on mainnet at the beginning of January. Our testnet is already up and running, so if you
Hmm.
want to pop in and have a play with the platform, you can do that on testnet, and that's just sepolia.flex.trade.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, and we're going to be doing one final raise prior to the launch, and that's for anyone that's interested in being a, a liquidity provider for our market making liquidity pool.
Hmm.
That will be happening. The date is still to be announced, but that's a really good opportunity to get involved in the more passive side of the
Yes.
project as well, and you'll get extra airdrops, etc., for getting in early, and plus recurring passive income for just being staked in the market making liquidity pool. So
That's
that's
really
really the next thing on the horizon, and
oh
hope to see some of the watchers, the listeners, in our Telegram or on our Twitter in the coming days.
well, you just earned a fan here. I'm gonna play too. This sounds great. So
Great,
that's fantastic. The house always wins. So yeah, play with the house. So there you
indeed.
go. Hey, Stu, it has been my absolute pleasure to interview today. Thank you so much for being on the show. And that's some exciting stuff coming down the pipe.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We are, as you can probably tell, we're really excited about this, and looking forward to, coming back on again at a future date and sharing the progress.
Absolutely. Well, you said that January is when your mainnet launches. So let's touch base again and do another one of these after that.
Sounds great.
Okay. Well, good luck with the project, and I'll see you on the Telegram group. I'm joining now, so this is this is great.
Cheers, El. Bye.
Thanks for being on the show.